Hey everyone, it's Andrew Escobar here back with another review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Logitech Rumble Gamepad F510. Now, this is specifically a PC gaming controller. However, in certain cases it may work with some consoles. No guarantees though. But anyway, let's delve into the actual controller itself here. Now, this of course will play PC games, but if you're wondering, yes, it will work fantastic for video game emulators for all your classic and semi-classic video game systems. It will work with SNES emulators, NES emulators, Dreamcast emulators, PS1 emulators, Game Boy emulators, all that good stuff. See, the reason why this is a good choice for a controller is because this controller will play just about anything. And if it doesn't want to configure correctly in the game, there is a software that Logitech provides with the controller to emulate keyboard buttons. So let's say your game you wanted to play doesn't have a controller setting, and it never will. So, what do? Well, the answer is incredibly simple with Logitech. See, their software basically says, okay, what do you want this button to emulate? Do you want this to emulate the Z button on your keyboard, the A button on your keyboard, whatever button on your keyboard that you have configured for the actual game itself? So the software will use this to emulate the keyboard and even the mouse in some cases. So, if you're wondering whether this will work or not, yeah, this will work for pretty much anything. So, let me give you a bit of a close-up of what we got here. So, we have what is referred to as the D-pad, up, down, left, right. But interesting note about this D-pad is it is not just 4-way directional, it is in fact 8-way directional. So, it doesn't register as up and left, it registers as diagonal left, up, and then diagonal left down, diagonal right up, yada yada. So it's a nice little feature. It does have the dual spinny pads here. Don't exactly know what to call them. The name of it slips my mind at the moment, but don't worry about it. And then it has the X, Y, B, and A. They are color coded to make it feel like certain video game console controllers. It has the start, back, mode, and vibration. So you can turn the vibration on and off. And the mode basically allows you to switch between this and between this guy right here and this guy right here. So you can choose whichever one you want. And of course, for the left and right triggers, we have up right, bottom right, up left, bottom left. So it feels nice, but we're not done yet, okay? There is a switch on the back, and you probably cannot see it. But it does allow you to switch between direct input and a different kind of input. Basically, you just want direct. But if you need to use the software to emulate the keyboard, I believe that's what this switch does, is it switches between the two. So it's right here, and you just switch it left or right. It is numbered with an X or a D for future reference. Now, let's get into the comfortability of this particular controller. Some people will say that the 3 inches that this provides for your palm is uncomfortable. Let me just put that issue to rest and say it is in fact a very comfortable controller. I would like to say a regular size hand, alright? So, you know, holding it like this, it feels nice. It feels comfortable, ergonomic. There's nothing wrong with it. The controller is a little small for some people's taste, but overall, it gets the job done very well. Now, the quality of this particular controller is phenomenal. Granted, this controller does cost more than other controllers. This controller is about $30, $40 depending on where you get it from. So with that in mind, let's quickly review something that makes this worth the money. The fact that the software that it uses is extremely powerful and allows you to do this with any game. That is the key reason why I got this over any of the other PC gaming controllers. So, also in case you're wondering, there's a button right here in the middle that says Logitech. It doesn't really do anything as far as I know. Probably has some sort of function. What that function is, you got me. It may be something there to help you for when you're emulating an Xbox 360. Or, I'm sorry, not emulating a 360, but playing games that use the Xbox 360 controller on the PC. So, anyway, moving on. The wire length. So, spanning my arms out from front all the way from here to here, left to right, we see that the cord is about 6 feet. Now, you may be asking yourself, is that long enough? Well, if the device or computer or whatever you're plugging this into is really close, there's no problem. However, if you're like me and want to sit on your couch with your computer connected to the TV, you're gonna want something a little longer. So what I suggest is get a USB extension cord. A 6 foot should be good enough. That's what I do, and it works perfectly fine. So putting all that together, there is a slight rubberization on the controller to make it a little less slip resistant. The only problem I have is that sometimes when you're holding like this, your middle finger gets slotted in between like that, and it feels maybe a little uncomfortable when your hand starts to sweat. But other than that, comfortability issues are almost non-existent. So let's getting right down to it. Is it worth the price? Absolutely. I have used this for all my emulators and probably going to use it for a number of games. As we all know, the Devil May Cry series is also for PC. Now, some of them are. But we also know that if you try playing that game with a keyboard and mouse, it's just not going to work very well. Some games, you have to have a controller. And if you're going to get a controller for the PC and you don't want to go wireless, the F510 is absolutely the best choice for you. Well, that's the end of the review. Hope you liked it. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Check out my other videos. I got a bunch of reviews and a bunch of random stuff. And as always, thanks for watching.